one of my biggest fears is to be a single mother and to repeat history as I feel has been done by all of the women in my family, i.e. my mother, my grandmother, and my aunts. There has not been, well, for my classes that I've taken so far, I've done a genogram, and there has not really been, there hasn't been a female in my family to have gotten married and had a family, and raised a family. They all had children and raised them on their own as single mothers. And I have seen the struggle that they've had. And I do not want to live my life like that. It was kind of a sad realization for me to sit back and say I really don't have any example of what a relationship should look like or this family unit. And I understand that times have changed and that you no longer have to have that nuclear family of the mom and the dad and the child. But just simply anyone to raise a child, that's a family. But for me, my preference is to, have a family, a husband, and, raise my children. And I am deathly afraid that I'm going to repeat history and be a single mom. And I understand, that I am in control of my decisions and my choices and whatnot. And I find myself trying to do the opposite of what they did and seeing what they did. But I don't know if in some way I'm still going to end up there through my actions and my choices and my decisions. I feel like I'm making different decisions than they did and pushing myself to go a different route. I don't know if it's working. For some reason, the women in my family continue to be single mothers, or they're in these relationships for years and years with men that are of no assistance to them, that essentially cannot give them the things that they need. They're still supporting their families as a single mother, even though there's a presence of a man there. That's odd to me. They're all very sophisticated and very driven women, but they have these men that they date that I think has become a hindrance to them, has hindered them in becoming who they were sooner, has, although they loved for a little while and they lived, in the end, they did more harm. And I could be wrong, but just from growing up and watching it, it's not something I want to relive or experience myself. I don't want to be in a relationship with someone for, years and years and years and then get married, but get married with the hope that things will change and they don't. I know that I have the choice and I have the power to stop that cycle. My second fear is that I will lose some of the friendships that I currently have in my life. And it's been more of a realization to me lately, as of late, as I've been coming into myself. I feel like more and more and being comfortable in my skin and who I am. It's been a struggle to have certain interactions with some of my friends, and I don't know where that takes our friendship. So I'm kind of in a place of uncertainty because I don't know. And it's scary. But then, funny thing, this takes me into another topic. I had a conversation with my grandmother just about who I am and who I'm becoming and those things and how that affects my relationships. And I said to her, Grandma, she's Caribbean, and it's always funny talking to her and having conversations because I would be like, Ma, you let people walk over you. I'm tired of being like that. I don't like having these relationships where I feel like I'm the one that's giving so much and I'm not getting anything in return. My grandmother was like, that shouldn't stop you from being who you are. You know who these people are in your life. You know these people and who they are. She gave an example of her sister and well, this is who she is. And I know that about her. So why am I getting mad when she does the same thing that I already know that she's going to do because this is who she is? So, I'm getting from like, that's true. And I know that, but then it's different to hear her say it because I'm like, oh my gosh, Grandma, people walk over you. I hate to see people treat you this way. And I hate to see these people in the family do this. And then you still do for them. She's like, why should I stop being me? Because they are not able to receive what I'm giving them. And so I had to look at myself and say, why should I stop being me because they are unable to receive what I'm giving them? I love these people that are in my life. And just and I just have to understand that they have to play a certain role. They can't play the role that I thought they once did, because I feel like they never really played that role. I was under the assumption that they did because I wasn't in a position to see at that point where I was going. And so now that I'm here and I'm arriving, I know that I love these people to death and never want to change that they're in my life and that they're very important to me. But I understand the function of our relationship a little better. And I am not allowing myself to get angry or upset at the way certain things are going, because ultimately people are going to be who they are. And I love you unconditionally and regardless. So at that point, it's, well, if I'm not okay with it, then something needs to change on my end, because this is who they are. And no, I'm not saying that, if somebody's doing something that's hurting you and affecting you, you'd be like, no, that's okay, you just let him do it. No, I mean, if it's something that you can live with and it's not going to kill you and it's not hurting you, and if it's bothering you to a point where you feel like you need to say something, then again, say something. But that doesn't mean you cut people out of your lives. And that's one thing I was afraid of. I was afraid, as I began doing this journey, that I was going to lose friends. I was happy to have that conversation with her, because we never truly get to have those talks. And I just find it interesting, that I am going through that phase of my life where I'm reevaluating things and trying to understand how people play a role in who I am and who I'm developing and, becoming, etc. So yeah, my second fear is that I will lose the relationships that I hold close and dear to my heart, because I, truly felt like they were conflicting with the person I was becoming, or am becoming, still becoming, arriving at, however you want to say it. So yeah, that's all for this video. Catch you next time.